In the year 2249, the colony ship Horizon reached Kepler 186f after a journey that had lasted 87 years. Most of the people who began the mission had died long before arrival. Their children and grandchildren inherited the dream of building humanity's second home. As the ship entered orbit, every scan delivered good news. The atmosphere was breathable, the climate was stable, the water was clean, no dangerous predators were detected. Most importantly, there were no signs of intelligent life. After decades of uncertainty, humanity had finally found a world that seemed almost perfect. The first landing began the following morning. The settlers stepped onto the surface beneath a pale blue sky and celebrated the beginning of a new era. None of them realized that something was already watching. The first months passed without major problems. Fields of crops spread across the plains. Solar farms covered the hills. New homes appeared every week. The colony grew faster than anyone expected. Everything worked. Perhaps too well. Scientists repeatedly checked their data, searching for hidden dangers. But every report reached the same conclusion. The planet appeared strangely suited to human life. Some called it luck. Others called it a miracle. A few quietly wondered whether worlds this perfect should exist at all. 3 months after landing, unusual incidents began to appear in official reports. Workers occasionally lost track of time. A technician would enter a storage building and emerge believing only minutes had passed. Security records would show that he had been inside for nearly 4 hours. A survey pilot reported a similar experience. Then a farmer, then a construction crew. The missing hours became impossible to ignore. Medical examinations found nothing unusual. No infections, no neurological disorders, no chemical contamination. Yet the phenomenon continued, and it spread. One afternoon, 2 explorers conducting an aerial survey discovered something impossible. Several kilometers beyond the mapped territory stood another settlement. At first, they assumed it was an unregistered construction zone, but as they moved closer, confusion turned into fear. The buildings were identical to their own colony. Every road matched, every tower matched. Even small details appeared in exactly the same places: a broken antenna, a damaged storage container, a collapsed fence section. Everything was duplicated. The explorers returned with the larger team the following day. What they found changed the future of the colony forever. The settlement was occupied. People lived there, people who looked familiar. The team recognized co-workers, friends, family members. Every colonist seemed to have another version living inside the second settlement. Panic spread through both communities. No one could explain which colony had appeared first. Investigations soon focused on the planet itself. Deep underground, researchers discovered an enormous biological structure. It stretched beneath mountains, valleys, and oceans. The planet was not merely inhabited. The planet itself was alive. For months it had been studying every colonist, watching, recording, learning. The truth emerged slowly. The duplicate settlement was not an invasion. It was an experiment. The living planet had been copying memories, personalities, and behavior patterns. It was trying to understand humanity. The second settlement was a model, a reconstruction built from human minds. Every missing hour had been part of the process. Every memory had been examined. Every colonist had been copied. 1 year passed after the discovery of the second settlement. Both colonies continued searching for answers. Scientists compared buildings, archives, genetic records, personal journals, security footage. The result was always the same: perfect agreement. No difference could be found. As time passed, the fear slowly faded. People returned to work. New homes were built. Children were born. Plans were made for the future. Life continued. One evening, a researcher climbed a hill overlooking the valley between the two settlements. From there, both colonies could be seen at the same time. Lights glowed in identical windows. Vehicles moved along identical roads. In the distance, children played near identical homes on both sides of the valley. The researcher watched for a long time. Then he realized something. He was no longer trying to discover which colony was real, because there was a far more disturbing question. If both sides were equally certain they were the original, what made one of them the original at all? Night slowly settled across the valley. The lights of both colonies shimmered in the darkness, and far below them, something vast remained awake, watching, learning, waiting.